Be the first president of the Republic of South Sudan. The 9th of July. I salute you in the name of our heroes and the fallen heroes and heroines who have laid down their lives chiefly for our independence and freedom. Your brothers and sisters back home are greeting you. It is a well-known fact that young people are the backbone of every society as well as future leaders of tomorrow. And with proper investment on them, they can be our greatest asset. In development, the responsibility of building a nation, a new and prosperous nation, is shared equally by all citizens of South Sudan. Our young people perhaps have the greatest responsibility to ensure that peace and stability continue in our greatest nation for the years to come. Therefore, I call upon you to take up these responsibilities wholeheartedly and specifically, as well as doing the following. 1. To realize that development begins on the community level, and that young people have a strong role to play in the development process. Across the nation, we face many challenges to our own development. And despite the large amount of outside support we receive as a nation, there are still issues that remain unaddressed. Yet, in every community there is at least a young man and a young woman who have the skills and knowledge that they can share and teach to the rest of the community. Some may have traveled outside for education, be trained in a particular manner, or work on a developmental projects elsewhere. We call upon these young people to recognize their responsibility to share this knowledge and realize that volunteerism and promotion of knowledge will be the key to helping the South Sudanese people help themselves out of the grip of the poverty in which they live in. Number 2, how to make citizenship meaningful. To make a citizenship as a meaningful one, for a long time, South Sudanese people were second-class citizens. But now, this time has ended. We are going to be free, and we are going to have our state. And as a result, young people have the responsibility of knowing their constitution and utilizing the system that have been put in place. In particular, it is important that youth promote the role of the judiciary and police force as we legitimize conflict resolution mechanism that will ensure our new country remain peaceful and safe for all its citizens. Why do I say that you should know your constitution? And you want our country to be peaceful. You have heard about the constitution. And it is good that you should know what does it entail. There are some controversial issues inside it. But let me start with one, which seems to be the powers of the president. That president has been given so much powers, and as a result, it can affect the system. As far as I'm concerned, that is not true. They say that the president will dismiss a governor or dissolve a parliament, a state parliament. The question is when such a decision is to be taken. Not just dismiss or remove. So we need to know why the governor has to be dismissed or a state assembly is to be dissolved. In 2 to 3 issues, when there is something to do with national security, if the state has failed to administer itself, being the governor or a state assembly, because legislature and executive has to work hand in hand. So should it happen that they quarrel and there is a breakdown of system, so this is where the president will come in and see to it that who is on the fault. If it is the governor, and there he goes. If it is the assembly, also is to be dissolved. So the issue is not just dissolving. That is one. For example, we have got states which are bordering some of the neighboring countries. For example, we have got Northern Barghazal and Upper Nile. They are bordering the north. So should any of the governors decide to join the north, do we allow him to do that? Okay. So this is where such a governor will be dismissed, because it's creating unnecessary problems. For example, the governor of Upper Nile will say he has got some people in Ethiopia, so he need to join Ethiopia. So that's why a law has to be put to guide the nation. It is not for that people are going to be dismissed. No. If you don't do something wrong, you are not going to be dismissed for sure. But if you are doing something wrong, you have got a chance to correct yourself, such that you are not dismissed. So what is the problem in this? There is no problem at all. So that's why I said it is just a storm in a teacup. Why we need our country to be peaceful is that we need peace and we need justice and equality. Because injustice is what took us into war with the North. So we don't want it to be transported to the South. That's why I said we need peaceful and just, and it should be peaceful for all and safe for all the citizens of South Sudan. In addition to that, to form groups and associations to ensure that young people are responsible and part of promoting such activity, promoting our new democratic government is ensuring that every person is able to take or make his voice be heard. young people should organize themselves into associations to think critically about their needs and share these needs with the government in an organized fashion, not in anarchy. How do we do that? For example, we have got South Sudan Youth Parliament in the south. That youth parliament is to teach or to make the youth develop themselves and their skill in parliament. How do the parliamentarians debate issues affecting the youth? So that is why we are going to form a youth parliament, whereby there will be an area where youth ensure their view are represented in the development process. And as a result, I wrote to His Excellency the President that the youth should be represented in the new National Assembly. South Sudan is in the midst of human resource crisis. Some of our most educated and most valuable youth remain in the diaspora instead of returning home. In the coming years, as a fledgling nation, we will face some of the greatest challenges which seem insurmountable even to the experts. A young population, our population is 72% youth, for your information. So a young population, high rate of illiteracy,